Thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm going to show you how to fix scratches and dings and nail holes in your drywall where you don't have to change the piece of drywall. We're on a job today. Shout out to our sponsors today, Gomez Maintenance, my father-in-law's painting company, which I help run. But we're on a job today and we have a couple of areas like this where they've let the dogs scratch, and they put a piece of metal there so to stop them, but the dogs were scratching, and so it's not weak. We don't want to, the customer doesn't want to rip out the whole piece. We're just gonna fill it in with joint compound. We've got a couple different areas. We've got over here by this window, this is a metal corner, and it's all about the same. We're gonna fill those in. We've also got nail holes that are pretty deep right here. They tried to do some repairs. These are pretty, big. You can just caulk them, but if you do, you can tell where there used to be holes. So we've got nail holes all around the apartment, on the ceilings. I don't know if you can see, we've got a couple. And again, another place where the dog scratched up. All right, and so I'm going to show you guys how to do it in about an hour, how to match this orange peel texture. So every house is different. Some houses have orange peel, knockdown, different types of textures, but this is for orange peel, and we're going to float it with joint compound. And then for the texture, we're not actually going to be using a compressor. We're going to be doing a quick, easy way for a homeowner to do it. I'll be showing you guys how to use this homax wall texture spray can, and this is the oil based and it's the orange peel, so it'll match the texture that we have here. So I'm going to teach you guys how we do it. We gotta get in and get out as fast as possible. We're also going to be using this Easy Sand 5-minute joint compound. So this is about $9 at Home Depot. The texture can is about $15 or $16 at Home Depot. You can get them at Sherwin-Williams, Spectrum as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight, didn't follow my dreams.
All right, again guys, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Gomez Maintenance. If you're in the Northeast Oklahoma area and you have apartments, you have rental homes, you're a real estate agent that needs help with the punch list, this is what we do. We specialize in these properties that are rentals. If you need any help with anything like that, we do painting, drywall, general maintenance. Give us a call. I'll have a link down below. So let's get started. Here's what you're going to need to get these paint ready. All right, you're going to need your spatula and your tray for the mud to mix it. You're going to need your joint compound. Now this is what we call hot mud. When you mix the water in, it causes a chemical reaction. This is 5-minute, just because I want to get in and get out quick. They also have 15-minute, 20-minute, I believe 20-minute and 45-minute and 90-minute. So whatever you feel comfortable using. We're using 5-minute just because it's quicker. But believe me, when they say 5 minutes on this, it actually, you have about 5 minutes to get the job done. So you want to just mix the small amounts that you're going to need. And here we have the texture, which will be after, and a sanding block to sand the joint compound. All right guys, so make sure you wear some gloves. This stuff is a chemical reaction, so it can dry out your hands. Alright, so doing about half a tray. Gotta leave space for water in there. Again, make sure you just mix enough for what you're going to do. If you have a lot, this is for small repairs and stuff like that. So we got our spatula here. And with this stuff, it's better to add a little bit of water at a time. Don't put a lot at once, just add a little, mix it. If it's still too dry, mix a little more. Show you guys. Again, sorry for the bad angles. I know you can't see my face in a lot of it, but I mean, I guess I'm sparing you guys that. But I don't have a tripod right now, so I'm on the job. So it's already starting to get a little bit more firm. So on this, you don't want to get mud all the way over here and all the way over here. You want to center it. And first, we're just going to fill this hole, and then we'll smooth it out. So right now, alright, now that we've got it filled, now we can worry about smoothing it out. Alright, so I still have a couple little spots here. Again, I'm going to take some, put it in the center, and just go up. When I'm going up here, I'm putting pressure on this outside to scrape that out. So I think that's good. I think that's good for now. We'll let that dry, and we'll go ahead and do these other ones. For the corners, get rid of that extra right there. Alright guys, so we took care of our big areas first. Now this is pretty stiff. Feels kind of like Play-Doh at this point. But we have enough time to get these holes filled in. We're just going to go by and fill all the little nail holes, and just like we did with this, and leave a little bit on top so we can sand it down later. Alright guys, it's been about 15-20 minutes. We're going to start with the nail holes, which are already completely dry. These, you can still see a little bit of color difference, so we're going to wait a little bit longer on these, and we'll probably have to do wet sand with a little sponge. But it's probably due to the AC being on in here. But we're going to go ahead and start with all the nail holes, sand them, and then get the texture going on them. Make sure you guys are cleaning this out of your tray once it starts to dry and it's useless, don't let it dry in your tray or on your spatula. It'll corrode it. So here I'm gonna have to mix a little bit more for the other room, but gotta clean all this old stuff out that's already hard. Also, don't try to wash it down the sink. It'll mess up your line. So scrape everything out. Once everything's scraped out, then you can, wash it with some water, maybe outside preferably. All right, guys, so we got all our big areas filled. That's drying. We went through and also filled in all our nail holes, all our big screw holes, and we're gonna give it about 15-20 minutes, let them dry. Right now they're already hard to the touch, so this is pretty much almost dry. We're gonna give it just another 15 minutes to make sure it's good. Then we're gonna sand them, and then we're gonna texture them. Here's our first one. See our nail holes right here, and we feathered out to help hide it. So all this is smooth right now. If we painted it, this would look flat. All right, so now we're gonna add the texture. All right, guys, so for this, it's still a little bit moist. It's hard, but you can tell it's still drying a bit. I got another sponge. This is a sanding sponge, but it's been used. You can also use a regular sponge, and it's wet. And we're just gonna do a light sand. We left this pretty smooth. If you didn't leave it smooth, then you'll probably want to wait till it dries completely. And you see, since it's wet, it's just smoothing out. Alright, guys, so sorry for the camera angle. My tripod's being funny. So here I have a rag. I'm gonna sand this one with the rag so you can see this is a wet rag, just regular microfiber, and it's still a little moist, but since we're trying to do this fast, we want to get in and get out. We're gonna sand this with the rag. Again, you see, getting some of it off. It's just a quicker way to do it, and it's also less dust. Alright, now the most important thing with these, you gotta shake them, man. You gotta turn them upside down, shake them for a while. Instead of a minute, usually do like a couple of minutes. Alright, so pop this little front off. You pop this lock off. Alright, so this will regulate the size of your texture. This is like a medium, usually what we use. And then this front one will regulate. Oh, excuse me, I got it backwards. Alright, so front one regulates your size, so I usually set it like at medium. Right here, the front one. Back one regulates your pressure. So lower pressure, you're gonna get bigger globs. It's gonna throw it out, obviously, with less pressure. And then the higher pressure is gonna give you more of a fine detail. So this kind of has like a little bit more of a higher pressure. I'll just put it on high. And then shake it again. I always find a piece of cardboard, find something, and try it out first, because at the very start sometimes it comes out real watery, and you have to kind of get that out of the tube before you get the good stuff. So here, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's just water that came out, and this is the oil-based one. the one that I prefer to use. They have a water-based one. This one has a bit of a strong smell. Alright, so there we go. We're getting that texture on there. And it looks pretty similar to what we have on here. I'm going to lower the pressure just a tiny bit. And go ahead and spray this. Now when you spray it, you don't want to just spray that little area. You're going to go on a circle motion and you're going to feather it out. So it's not just going to be this little area. We're going to do a big circle here and cover all of these together. Alright, there you have it. And it's already blending in. We haven't even painted. And it already looks, if it weren't for the color difference. So yeah. Alright, next we're gonna go to the larger repairs. Alright guys, so we're gonna spray the texture and then let these dry together, but they'll be ready for paint. I'm not blocking too much off since we are painting the trim. As soon as I'm done spraying this texture, I'm gonna wipe it down. I did put some rags on the floor. Got a little hole I forgot to fill, but texture looks good. I'm gonna let that dry. Then it's ready to paint. All right, we are going to texture these last two big ones. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Gomez Maintenance, for providing the material and the job. And if you guys are in the Northeast Oklahoma area and you have rental properties, you have apartments, or you're a realtor and you need a punch list done, that's the type of things that we do. Give us a call and we'll take care of you. But let's go ahead and get this texture on these repairs. All right, now on here, they are changing this carpet, so we're not worried about that. I have how to repair these scratches. Of course, these big ones, we're gonna wait till they dry completely. I'll get video of what it looks like after the paint. But as far as the repair, it's good to go. All right, there you have it, guys. Match. All right, now once everything's dry, we'll give that probably the rest of the afternoon to dry. Once it's completely dry, then we'll paint all these and I'll show you guys how they turned out. All right, guys, so here we have our nail holes already all dry. You can see the texture. So we're gonna go ahead and paint the nail hole ones. Alright, guys. And you can tell right here because it's drying.
Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth.
Alright, guys. Here you have it. Now we're gonna let it dry. Show you guys what it looks like tomorrow after. Paint's still dry on the cover the nail hole. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. I hope this has been of some help to you guys. I appreciate you guys checking the videos out every week. If you like, hit that subscribe down below, and let me know what you think in the comments below as well. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Gomez Maintenance. We'll see you guys next week.